about the principles. Each technique starts the same. Each technique starts like the last one. You punch them in the belly. You'll start like the belly and switch off to something else. They'll over-respond. You've generally been hit somewhere. Throw a front kick. Oh, God. You try to fake a front kick, they'll over-respond, and then you switch out. So those are the two first important techniques. The other one, the 45-degree angle. Stepping on the outside. We just talked about that. Going to the outside and punching in. Back fist, shuto, whatever. That's as simple as it gets now. But you don't have to block counter, you just have to punch. And make sure you step in the right direction, otherwise you're stepping into the bull. All right, so 45 angle. Switch kick, that's when you're kicking real quick before you can switch this guard and bang it in. Okay? The step pivot. You step in and pivot with various techniques. That catches their response away from you. If you just throw it there, you're going to move back and won't have any. But if you step and pivot, you cover quite a bit of distance. If you practice in that, put 4 bows down, 6-footers, and try to practice in there, you'll be able to reach somebody all 6 feet away with that. You don't want to be in there with like Kennedy or Pitt away, somebody that's over 6 feet tall. It's a problem. Okay? All right, step pivot. Passively creating an opening. It's waiting, they do something, bang, boom, reverse punch. Defensive side kick. Fade out back fist. Any of the 45. Those are passive. You're waiting for them. All right. Now, actively creating an opening. I call this 2-step rhythm sparring because you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to call it as I do it. 1, 2, comes back 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We borrowed this from Taekwondo, but I'll tell you what, anything that works, right? It's a good drill. It doesn't matter what style you are. It works for every system. I like things that are universal. I don't like things that are just Ishin. Well, of course I like things that are just Ishin. They're very good. But if somebody else has something, we take it. This is something we took. We love it. So if I'm working with Zach, I'm 1, 2, and he's 3, 4. So as we go through this, I'm going to count 1, 2 as I do the technique, and he'll come back 3, 4. The first one is a double punch. Let me have it this way. Okay? Now, straight up. It's a double punch. I'm going to go punch. And what I do when I punch here, that kind of sets his idea of how far away I can punch him. Okay? So I'm going to go 1. The second one, however, takes a pretty good step. So put your hands up like this. So I'm going to go like this. So that the first one sets his brain. The second one sets his face for him. Okay? So we're going to go 1, 2. And he comes back 3, 4. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Say it again. 3, 4. Okay. Ready? Ready. Okay. 1, 2. 3, 4. Perfect. Everybody do it? Put your guard up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to hear it. Your opponent, if he's any good, will recognize the face. It comes in different than a real back fist. Okay? It comes in different. I learned the hard way. I had a cousin who was as big as him and 10 times faster. He hated karate. Hated it. I got him to come in with some boxing gloves. I was going to show him how karate works against the boxer. He's just standing like this, and I tried this. He didn't see the fake. He just went bang. So my fake he didn't see it. So he didn't go get guard up. Sure. He didn't see this. He just punched me in the face when I came in. If I'd have thrown that up in his face, it either hit him or he'd have blocked. Either he'd hit him or block. It's not a fake. The first one comes in, 1, boom, second one comes in. He knows what's coming, so he's doing Kung Fu on it. But nevertheless, most people will not see that one, either one of them. Or they'll block this one, and it'll open me up. Or he might block it. So you're going to come in there, 1, 2, and he comes back, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Like the next one. You'll like this, left side out. I'm going to shuffle in. The first one, I'm going to shuto him in the side of the head. This is a good street fighting technique. It'll also work in the tournament. So as I come in, I'm going to shuffle in and hit him, bang, in the neck. Now, if that's a real life situation, night-night. If he raises his arm up, I'm going to come in with the uppercut type punch. So I'm going to go shuffle, chop, punch. 1, 2. As this hand comes back, I trap it here. So I got more, but I just want you to go 3 times a piece with shuffle, chop, punch. And make sure that you encapsulate this arm and don't do this. So this is going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's got to be where you need it. So wham, bam. Do that 3 or 4 times, and we're going to move to the next piece of it. Remember? Inside here. And then I got all this to hit. Right now I'm just going to do this. Okay? Somebody over. Shuffle, chop, punch, sweep, pull. That stretches them out. Punch here. Shuffle, chop, punch, foot sweep. On the inside foot sweep, real close, right here. Real easy. Okay. On this one, as I'm gonna scoot in, foot sweep on the inside. Kind of like we just did, right? So one is sweeping from the outside, the other one you're going to come in there and bang, because you can't see this. Try it a couple times. You're going to sweep on the inside, grab, sweep, and punch. As simple as it gets. Punch, kick. The punch is going to come up high, and the kick comes in low. So, open guard. Punch goes right in his face. Number one, the punch physically hides the motion of the kick. If I just kick, he sees it. But if I punch, not only is the punch physically in line with the punch, with the kick, but it also hides the rotation so that he's hard pressed to block them both. So you have to have an open guard. Back hands coming in. 1, 2, come back. Do it back and forth a few times and we'll move on. On this one, you're going to have a 9-inch stance. And you're going to come in there with your side kick. You'll block it to the outside, which throws that into it. So you're going to go side kick, spinning back kick. And just go back the same way. Side kick, spinning kick. See me? When I block it, it throws the second one in. So you have to have a closed guard position. Both have the left, both have the right, whatever you feel like. Go ahead and try it. Side kick, spin kick. Hit both of them. Stop. Now, let's say now you have an open guard. Now, you don't have a real good spot for your spinning kick here. So if I throw the side kick and he blocks it to the outside, it's kind of hard for me to get to the spinning kick. So it's a roundhouse kick time. So if I come in there, he'll knock the kick to the outside and throw it in roundhouse kick. We're going to side kick, round kick. Again, excuse my back and my age. I do it once. I had to. So you're going to come in there. Side kick. Okay, get him up. Side kick, round. So this technique is designed to get his attention up here and not paying attention here. So as this, you're going to do the same step slide you always do. But on the step, you also back this. So that you go step by step, and then it's harder for you to block. So watch it again. As I step, 1. And as this hand comes back, 2. 1, 2. Back 6, round 2. Now, is that the end of the day? Oh, no. I get some attention down here, and then whatever you have to do. This is not for the tournament. This is for the tournament. Put your guard up. All right, that's a real fast overview, I know that. I like to cover a lot of this stuff and see what sticks. That's why I always give you a handout. If you want to learn it, go back and yeah. Mr. Brent is going to make some film, and eventually we'll have it like edited out so you can have a film and review on your own. Most of this you can practice by yourself in the mirror, on a bag, or with another partner. So you practice the individual techniques, and then I get a partner, and here's what we do. We go called technique practice. So decide, okay, look, we're both going to work on shuffle chop now, both of us. So we practice, 2, comes back. And you try and get it in there. Okay. Work against each other where it's controlled. It's prearranged. Call it yakusoko kumite, prearranged kumite. So you do that, and then when you spar, you ease those ones in that you practice. So you practice this, say you did 25, 30 times a piece. Next time you have a match, that thing should come in there pretty good. If you just spar, and don't have a system, you'll learn, but it'll be a painful learning process, and a lot of times it'll be slow. But if you take the individual pieces of the puzzle and practice those and then plug them in, it'll work for you. So there's several drills that are good. This 2-step or 1-step, you could do 1-step rhythm sparring, where I'm going to go 1, and I'm just going to just block your backhand. 1, backhand. 2, 1. back and forth just to get the timing. And then you're going to go 1, 2, and comes back 3, 4. Right? 1 step, 2 step. That's how you practice these individual techniques with each other. Then when you spar, try and fit them in. Oh yeah, remember what happens when you put that one forward. So you train yourself in this. The senseis can show you something, but you have to train yourself. You have to work on your own and then ease it into your kumite. That's how it works. Are there any questions? I know it's a lot of information, and it could be a whole week, could you did this over and over. Any questions on the principles? Don't be shy. I am, but you don't have to be. And each technique starts the same. Step slide, round kick, step slide, side kick, step slide, hook kick, step slide, whatever. They all start similar, so you don't know what it's going to be until you hit. And you know, oh yeah, should have seen that coming, but I did. And we had the front kick lead in, front kick, round kick, front kick, front kick, front kick, front kick. Different ways to start with a front kick, or you start with a sliding back kick, or you start with a step slide. So different ways to approach. It's not the only way. These are just the most easily learned. Any questions on that little principle? Making things look the same. Everything looks the same coming in to the last second. All right. Each technique starts like the last one. I punch him in the body. Next time I'm going to start like that, but then I'm going to switch it out. So he will overreact to those sword ribs. I kick him, boom! Next time I kick him, and then I punch, because he'll overreact. So you're going to have each technique starts like the last one that hit him. The 45. Everybody can do this. White belts, 8th degree black belt. It don't matter what you do. See something coming, go the outside. That's easy. It's very easy. Now, if you're a dojo mates and you know what each other's going to do, it's one thing. It's much harder for them to block this or to respond to it if they have no idea. If you're doing it together and everybody knows their 45 angle, it's easy to like time it and so forth. If you get out there against some of these other systems and they're not doing this, they're just going to barrel in and you're going to be out of the way and bam. So the 45, that's the one thing if I take away from this or anything else you do, please understand stepping off line. So the bull goes on by you. You don't have to deal with the horns. Okay? All right, the switch kick. I want to kick him, and every time I get in this position, he switches. Switch. Boom. And I switch before he has a chance to respond. Switch kick. Just a specific one. The step and pivot. That's where I'm going to step in and pivot my body to get distance. Any questions up to that point? I know it's a lot. Okay. Passively creating open, that's waiting for them to do something, block, counter, or side kick, or fade out back fist, 45. The jump back front kick. Anything that responds to what they do rather than you creating the opening. Everybody get that one? Now, if you get somebody who is very aggressive, you better have a good reverse punch, you better have a good side kick, because they're going to be all over you. If you don't have those two things, you're going to end up like this. Does it look familiar? And you're going to get hurt. Because if they have any brains, they'll kick that base leg out, and you're going to hit the ground, and then the grappling takes place, which is not nearly as easy to teach as this. All right, next thing would be actively creating your own. That's 1, 2. Punch, punch. So you go short, long. So if I throw a punch at him, kind of short, boom, second one, long. So it sets him. See? I go, bang. He thinks, oh, that's all he can hit. Too late, hit. So you can do that with any kind of technique. I'm just saying punch, punch is a good one. The other one is the old faithful, 1, 2. If he doesn't block this, it hits him. If he does, his ribs are toasted. So you have that one. Punch. Shuffle, chop, punch. Shuffle, chop is not a fake. There is no fakes. Bang! It's an actual hit. If he doesn't block it, he's going to hit you right in the neck with it. If he does, you're going to come right underneath and jam that, kick his leg out or whatever. Shuffle, chop, punch. These are specifics, by the way, not principles. Foot sweep punch. You can either foot sweep from the back leg or from your forward leg. Either way. It makes him weak. If he's all bowed up and you punch him, he can take that. But if I just go, whoop, and his body relaxes, when I hit him, it's going to go down quicker. Foot sweep punch. Okay, punch, kick, kick, punch. So if I want to kick him, I punch first and kick, because that sets the distance He's not going to back up as far away from this as he would against this. So when I punch him, he's going to be right in kicking range. Or I want to punch him and I kick first so that he will block the kick. That puts me in punching range. Punch, kick, punch. Right out of your katas that you learn in class. Katas are there for a reason. Teach you basic technique. Advanced technique. Is advanced technique and basic technique the same? Exactly the same. What's the difference between you guys doing the punch and Mr. Kennedy? Huh? Same punch. He's done it longer. He's done it longer than your grandmother's been alive, right? So that's the difference. Is this faster? Yes. Is it harder? Yes. It's all a matter of repetition, time. And you can make that go fast or slow. It depends on you how you want to do that. All right, side kick, spin kick. So if you're using your side kick as a lead in, I'm going to drive that side kick in. See, side kick's good because I don't have to get too close to him. I can ram that side kick in there, wham, and it depends on what he does. He blocks it, and it's spin kick or punch or whatever. So you've got side kick, spinning back kick, side kick, round kick, side kick, back fist. Whatever, you use the side kick as a lead in. Okay, also you can use your back fist the same way. I'm going to use my back fist to get his attention so I can kick up in here. So back fist, side kick, back fist, round kick, back fist, front kick works pretty good too. Any questions on those? Actively creating an opening. That's 1, 2 or 1, 2, 3. When I'm watching you guys spar. 1, 1, 1. How about 1, 2? That would make a lot harder for him to deal with, wouldn't it? So always hit twice or more. Even if the flags are all over, throw a few extras for it. In case one of the judges didn't see the first one. Don't go in there and go, ha, point, and nobody saw it, you punch in the head. So make sure you go 2 or 3, everybody sees that, if you're going to play that game. In a street fight, is it likely to punch one time and the guy's knocked out? This ain't a movie. No, you're going to have to punch him a lot of times. So that's what we call your starting point. Like your self-defense, he chokes me here. That's your starting point. There's 30 more things coming. That's your starting point. These are your starting point, your first contact. Boom. Now it goes. All right. Any questions up to there? Really? All right. Let's go. I'm just going to demonstrate a few of techniques from the katas that are very, very good. You have a situation where you step across, hesitate, and kick, right? Here's what it is. When I step in there, I'm going to fake a kick. Bang! Punch him. Then kick him. So when I step in there, bang! Boom! You see what I mean? So in the kata, it's prettier. You step across. You don't show this. That's hidden. And then the kick comes. So I'm going to show you this one, and then one more, and then you can practice this on each other. Let me give you the left side. The next one is punch, punch, kick, punch. Now, it doesn't have to be those punch, punch, kick, punches. It can be any kind of punch, punch, kick, punch. As an example, I'm going to punch him with my backhand first. That sets certain distance. As my other foot comes up front, punch, punch, kick, punch. So the backhand's going to come here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm kicking low because that's where I can kick. Zani and some of the other people, pop, it goes to the head, right? So I'm going to come in there with the backhand first. 1, 2, 3, bam, and the fourth one. Let's just say something. Get your guard up, get your hands up. So I don't show this thing in the kata. When I'm doing the kata, I just step in. But a lot of mission resistance bring the knee up. That's a fake. What I'm doing is I'm faking the kick. I'm moving the uppercut. It's the same as the kata, except you just bring the knee up a little higher. So I'm going to put that knee up there. He's going to respond. Boom. Okay? That's it. Fake knee uppercut. It's real simple. Right out of your kata right here. Watch it again. Now, what this is good for, the right side out. Is he younger? Yeah. Faster? Yeah. Stronger? Yeah. Not more experienced. He ain't cuter. Thinks he is, maybe. However, if I reach out at him, he got a very good side kick. He'll hit me. I don't like that too much. I also don't like that one. So instead of trying to get up there at him and being hit with that side kick, I got big problems. I'm going to block the side kick before I do anything. I'm not going to block it like this. I can, but I ain't going to do either one of us stuff like that. I'm going to block it this way. So when I come in, I block the side kick on my way in. You see what I mean? I know it's coming, or I think it's coming. So I've got his two fastest things, and this one's going right up where? To here. Watch. So when I'm fighting him, use a paddle wheel technique. I'm going to protect myself against that kick. Remember. Okay, try it. Punch it from the side. And then they said, no, comes this way, it looks like a back fist. It's neither. It's like a back fist, but it turns into a punch at the end. And what gives it that circle, linear component is the drop of the leg. In the kata, we just show it like that. But in reality, there's some lateral motion to it. I'm not going to get you in this way later. Okay, so my hand's here, and I pick this foot up, my weight's transferred over to the hand. It's 50-50. When I pick up that foot, there's 100 pounds goes there. So if the hand's moving and I do that, it doesn't look like much, but it would be. This is something. That's something else. Sorry, that's my foot. Yes. So what's happening is it's a punch. It's going circle, 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 point. Now at that point, I drop my weight. You see what happens? It makes a lot of line on the end of it. Drop punch. So when you're fighting with somebody, you can throw this either in front of or over the top. So if you have enough room in there, you can drop punch right in here. Or you can come over the top with that. It's not a back fist. It looks like a back fist. It looks like a back fist. But in reality, it is a punch. Now watch over here. If I put my back fist on the wall and then lean on it, my wrist rolls. But if I put the punch on there, I can stay there all night long. But if I do that, there's a weakness in it. I'm exaggerating. I can hold a little bit more, but not much. So when I hit, do I want to hit like that? Or do I want to hit like that? It's a punch. This other hand, there's no point talking about it. It's power. So when you're fighting with somebody, it doesn't matter where you're going to hit. You're going to drop. That'll hurt. There's more. That's just the beginning, right? That's just the starting point. So for this exercise, let your partner open this back hand up. So when you come in here, see what I mean? It's coming in there. Think that would hurt him if I hit him in the face? I know it would, okay? I know, unless he's really something, that's going to hurt him. It's going to make him dizzy enough for the rest of the 30 things they do are not going to be any fun at all. So let him open his hand up, and you drop the punch in. Drop, punch. Okay, try it a few times. It's the best technique in Naihanchi and maybe in the whole system.
Thank you for the jack.
All right. That's from hand. Got it. Okay, in the kata you have a thing where you block this way, right? You block across. Everything else in Ishinryu, you seem like you block on the forward side, right? Naihanchi, however, you're going to block here. And what that does, in effect, is it puts you, let me have this hand right on my head, it puts you closer to him. If I block here, I can barely reach him because he's taller. But if I block with this hand, very easy to reach. So in the kata, you have a situation where you block across the body. And then you did this. But you add them together so that the back hand does the blocking, and the front hand does the punching rather than this way. A lot of difference. So on this one, you're going to be closed guard. You're going to attack with a back fist. That's very common in the tournament, is it not? It's a quick point getter. Point. Well, it may or may not have done anything. So when you see that coming, you're going to put it to the outside, just like you would in other kata, like what? Wansu. So when you see that coming, boom. Forward hand does the punch. Now we had a guy, one of our first black belt that ever promoted was Ken Green. He made black belt in a year and a half. Very good. He was small, maybe 5'7", 150. Very, very fast. His favorite technique was come in and just wait for somebody and do this bang like that. And it was so fast the judges didn't see it. I said, slow it down, Kenny. He hit me plenty with it. So here's the deal. You're going to be in there close. Take, block with the backhand, punch with that forward hand. That's a characteristic of our system, is punching with that forward hand with enough smoke to do something. You have to work on it a little bit, but you'll get that down. So get your partner, put your hand right in position for sliding back kick. So it's a real cool technique. So first time you throw that, you're going to step slightly to the outside, throw the punch, and stepping through, because you don't want to be standing there and have him do what he just did, cross punch me. Oops. Real fast. Just from here. Okay, keep on rolling. Do that a few times and we'll switch it out. You walk down the street wishing you were, and that's the way you shake hands. No, I'm kidding. Turn the door knob. I dare you to stand like that. Begging for it. However, I am standing here. This is a stylized waiting position, right? Nobody does that. It's a stylized. It's not right. You stand there if somebody comes here. Now we had one that we stepped this way. This one's even easier. Here's my X here. It's like this way. Okay. So the first one I stepped like this. This one I'm just going to step here, real quick, on an angle. So if he's got, and it doesn't matter what side he's on, it doesn't matter, I'll get squared up. So I'm on this angle, he goes to do something, and I'm just going to step over here. Bam! And the second one will go right in behind it. Wham! Now in the kata, it's real simple. You step out and go 1, 2. But in reality, there's maybe a little more body movement. Okay? So all we're doing on this one is when he's there, you're stepping and you're punching inside here rather than around the side. Just a little different, right? It's still a 45. All right, so you fight. 1, 2. Real simple, right out of your Wansu kata. Go ahead. So let's say I have this guy at the right side for you this time. Okay. Now, can I step over here and punch? Yeah, but I'm stepping also into more trouble. If when I call you step the wrong way, it'll still work. It's just not as good because you're not behind him. If I step this way, I'm in a better position, right? I'm in a preferred blocking, a preferred position. I'm at a 45. Now I'm at a 90 because he may move. If I step this way, I'm okay, but he's still, got quite a few weapons. But if I blasted him twice, they're not going to be doing much. So sometimes you'll step the wrong way into more trouble, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be hit. It means there's more chance. So it'll work either way. You step the wrong side, don't worry about it. Just pound away. Okay, those are 245s. That's the best things in Ishinru, in my opinion, those two moves, along with drop punch. Of course, it's the same thing, but you'll see that quick. All right, further along, you have, or actually earlier, you have a technique, and some people block here, other people block this way. I like the high block, uppercut, and kick. This, for self-defense purposes, it's not necessarily a block. It could be a block. He's chopping on the side of my neck or something. It could be this, it could be that, this second could be. Chances are, it's more he punched here, and I did this and hit him with both of those. The first one would lift his head up, and the second one will do the damage. Because you have a certain amount of what we call tissue pull here in the neck. If he's here and I hit him, it'll be soaked up. But if I hit him here and then hit it, his head has no place to go. So if you know anything about the body, you got a big hole in the bottom of your skull and your brainstem sticks down as far as the third cervical. So the back of that hole is going to hit his brainstem. What do you think the result of that may be? This is the first, more than a knockout sometimes, right? Especially if what? If you got a hold of him here and you hit it. Wham! Chances are you're going to do a lot more than knock him out. Mr. Noxon said this is the first killing blow I've taught you, Bill. Bad name, sir. So anyway, first one, bang, bang, for self-defense. For Kumite, bang! That'll work. Here's what happened. Somebody stole my pizza. This is true. Put the pizza down. I laid the pizza down and he swung into me like. So I go. There's a modification of this. Bang! He never saw it either. Bang! Didn't even see it. because he was looking at that. Look at that. Okay, get your person up in here. If you want to make it good, come in here and then throw that kick. That'll work. It'll work on the outside too. Work on the outside too, but you won't be able to front kick him. You'll have to what? Round kick him in the side over there, get the cross kick or something like that for self-defense. For Kumite, I don't think you have opening there, right? By the way, getting kicked in the ass hurts. You pick your foot up like this. I'm not going to do it too much. But if I was kicking underneath here, I can hit several places. I can hit the back of his testicles, which he's not going to like. Hit the peritoneum where the bones come together in there, which could hurt, called taint meat. Hit him right in the rectal tissue, which he'll never forget. Or the tip of the coccyx, a little bone and tailbone. Kick that with a pair of cowboy boots with those little metal Novato tips on there. He'll remember that. Okay? So picks his foot up, just burn it in there. Any of those four things is going to hurt. A lot. He's going to fall down. You won. Okay, so if you don't think you have an opening, you don't for sparring, but you do for self-defense. Just stick your foot in the butt, hard as you can. Doesn't matter where it hits, it's going to hurt. It probably won't hurt much if you hit the cheek, unless you kick real hard, it'll drive right through that muscle and hit the
bone. If you have some stilts on boots on.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Hit that nerve in there. It escapes in sciatic nerve. There you go. I don't know why I worked on that all year, but yeah, it'll hurt. All right, get your partner. It'll be an open guard. You're gonna come right. This is pretty good. If I'm fighting him, other side's right here. So I'm gonna come in there, and I'm gonna punch under. And when I do that, I guard my face so that if this happens, I can block. If I hit him, he's going to respond like this. So it's gonna go boom, boom. And we'll respond this way, bang. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3 in Chinto. You get your guard up. You're going to come under. You're going to under, and when he responds, 1, 2, under, over, under. A couple times, and we'll move on to the kick. Really, but he comes in, does the front kick here. And rides it right straight up the middle, hit the guy in the face, right up on the inside. It doesn't seem like it would go that way, but it does. Okay, it does. Now, if you know it's coming, which he does, you can block it. But it will throw you off a little bit. So I want you to get an open guard and take turns. You're going to bring the first kick in there, and the second one's going right up into the face if you can do that. If not, hit the body. And I apologize again. If I try and use them, why will it hurt? People sometimes misunderstand the part where you go like this. Okay? So watch this part. Watch this part. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're taking out this hand. So if you hit with this, night night. But if he ducks it, so you take this one, takes it out. Go ahead, a couple times. And when you go through the two stands, it's like a Zenputsu Dachi stand, and you do it as an angle. Now, when he comes in, I can just step through, just like we did before. The other possibility is when he comes in. Okay. So what you want to do is get on that angle 2-on-2 stance and practice moving against him and behind him or moving away. Both ways. You're standing. And one of them is where you do the upper push block and then you do the punch. Now, when we learned it from first time from a Weizu, he had a lot of wind-ups. Everything he did, he wind up everything. Whack. Punch, big wind up. Everything was a wind up. And it says right in our principles, no wind ups. But yet, here they are all over the place. And some of my best friends still do the big old wind up stuff and absolutely refuse. They say that's the only way. Well, it is not the only way. And when we met at Winkele, he said, that's not there. They got it in there from exaggerating for the Marines. and it's stuck, and it's just really not there. In that kata, you would block, and then you had a big wind up and a punch. Well, that won't work. If it's blocking something and then punching underneath, by the time you do your wind up, they're already down at having coffee somewhere. When Advincula says, no, you're going to go right from here, then it makes sense, right? If you punch me, and I block here, and then I brought my hand back over here to punch him, I don't like that idea. But if I have it here and I go straight in, that's a different story. So watch the mechanics of it the way I learned it from the second guy, was to punch from here at an angle. Then I'm not all wide open, standing here with my punch out. I don't like that idea either. At least I'm at a 45 and I have a lot more depth to punch than if I was straight forward. It just doesn't work. So there's two ways to use this in your fighting. You can knock his guard up and go in like that. What's he going to do the next time you do this? He's going to be bucked down, right? Just like we did before. The other thing is, you know that people don't like you to push him around. If I push his hand down, he's going to buck back. Very few people are compliant enough that if you push them, they'll let you. Very few. Most people will respond against that. So I pull his hand out, it's coming out perfect. So that means if I push his hand this way, he's going to want to do that, which puts him right there. Okay? First time you do it, you want to come in, knock the punch up, and shoot right in. That's, again, just the first part of it. Second one, when you push, he's going to jerk his arm down and he's come right out to there. Look at the kata. Real easy. Try it both ways. As an example, reverse punch tag. Who thinks they're good at this? Other than you. Well, who's good at the reverse punch tag?